Welcome back to the PNC Lads podcast, you joyful people. Happy Thursday this time, if you're listening to it as this comes out. We have been having the time of our lives, not in Australia, but in Bali, Indonesia.
I love Bali.
I love Bali. That was the statement of the trip. It was the saying of the trip. And you can probably tell in our voices that we're feeling a little bit rough. We're feeling a little bit worse for wear. Sorry for ourselves? No.
No.
I don't feel sorry for myself.
I deserve this pain. But also, it's so funny because I feel like it's a Levers, but like 2.0 feeling. Only this time it was like better because we had like, well, obviously in Bali, more money. More experience.
I didn't enjoy Levers, so this is nothing like Levers for me. This is insane.
No, but the whole idea of the trip is like 10 boys getting fucked up for a week. And only this time we had like a mansion. We had more money, more skills.
We didn't cheap out. Looking. Like literally we're just like just better all round.
By a mile too. Like when I say like compared to Levers, like this was probably top. I mean, best trip I've ever been on. Probably in terms of enjoyment and fun. And I've been on some trips, like I've been to Japan. But like I said to my dad on the way home in the airport, I said, there's nothing that can recreate that feeling of fun. Because it doesn't matter if you go to Bali with your missus, it will never, ever, ever come to the same type of enjoyment. No. You might still have fun, but it's a different holiday.
Yeah, it is.
When you've got 10 boys, there's nothing but shit talking the whole time, roasting the whole time, like using the most derogatory words that can't be said on camera to each other for the whole week. Like, it's different.
Yeah. Yeah, my dad is away for work right now. He gets back Thursday, so I spoke to him over the phone last night, and he was like, so how was it, mate? Mum said you had a fantastic time. And I said, I'm not even lying to you. Our expectations were disgustingly high. We were talking about this trip so much, talking it up, such high anticipation. And somehow, some way, we met those expectations and exceeded some of those expectations. I literally said, I think, no lie, not being like fucking, not exaggerating, but best experience of my life, anything.
Well, that's the thing. Like, I want to give it that title, but like, it's like, I try to think of other things. It's up there because like, in terms of that fun enjoyment factor, there's nothing I can think where I'm like, that was better or it like I give the it's almost like a feeling of like that first ever festival when you're 18 or like where it's your first clubbing time when you walk into a club and you're just like the music's loud and you're like, oh my God, I'm so elated.
I think for us though, because we're like a little bit older, 24 years old, like it was better this time around because those days can kind of feel like they're behind you.
No, 1,000%.
So it's like that. But when I said that to my dad, he was literally, I could tell like he was kind of like living through me because he was like, oh mate, that's just fantastic.
Same as my dad.
He was like, I'm just so happy for you, mate. That's just amazing. Yeah. And I was like, yeah, thank you. I'm happy for myself.
It's funny too because Sacramento inspired it, but he actually sent, like I've been journaling the trip, lads, so that I can remember what the fuck happened pretty much.
So we're going to do, this is going to be a journal video basically.
Pretty much, yeah.
This is going to be a journal video and then like you would have forgotten some stuff that I remember and vice versa. So through that, we're going to be able to obviously tell the story to you guys, but we're going to be able to look back on this and then this is going to help us write down our own journal for ourselves because I don't know about you. I think I'm getting into like the nitty gritty details where I can only read this.
Oh yeah. No one's reading this after, like besides me.
And potentially my future son.
You know what's exciting? I was like, when I was writing it down, obviously I'll take a photo of it so that I have it forever. Like it'll be stored in my cloud. But like I was just thinking, fuck, imagine when your grandkids and like they're reading old, like you're gone, you're dead, and they're like reading like the Bali trip. I wrote Bali 2024, the date, and everything. But it's funny, I started my journal and I wrote, never in a million years did I think we could get 10 of my best friends to go on a 6-day holiday in a different country and all be committed.
Yeah.
And that's literally how I started it. And like, I still can't believe it, to be honest. Everyone must have just been feeling like they needed to get away from whatever it is, get away from the missus, get away from life, get away from work, whatever the fucking unique reasoning is, someone had a reason.
If you've been listening to us like basically for like 2 years, you would know that like our friends group has gone through like peaks and troughs in terms of like spending time with each other, doing stuff together, kind of feeling like you've been alone because like people don't want to do stuff and whatnot. They're doing their own thing in their own world. But this trip, like I've never felt like I've been, even, you know, within a friends group, you've got people you're close with. That just is naturally the case. It's naturally the case, especially in a group of 10 guys, which we have. But I could honestly say without a doubt that I am closer with everyone on that trip than I was before we left.
Yeah. Well, I mean, now you think about it, it's like, I said this on the trip, it makes sense as to why football teams and sporting teams go on recreational trips, such as to Bali. Obviously not doing the same activities we did by having a 5-day bender. But like you go there because you become so much closer.
Well, that's why like some teams said like COVID was actually really good for some of these young sides because they just really got to bond together, bro. Like for some of the older sides, obviously not because different circumstances. And it amazed me that like I literally can't even remember a single bicker, bro.
I was about to say there wasn't really a single fight because and we were saying some fucked up shit to each other.
And also we were just like on copious amounts of alcohol.
yeah.
And that can bring out the worst in people, but it just didn't, bro.
Yeah, no one really like. Yeah, what a trip. But no, the first night we'll start from when we got there. We all got to the airport. It's funny. Everyone said originally like, oh, we'll get there at like 12 o'clock. Our flight was at 2:10 or something like that.
Yeah.
And then in the morning, someone was like, "Oh, let's get there at 11:30." And so 11:30 was the arrival date that we were all meeting at Perth Airport. And I got like you boys were there before me, but I got there like 6 out of 10th, and then I was like 2-3 minutes late. But when I walked in, like I just remember seeing you boys, and I just felt like I was fucking floating, bro. I was dancing in the airport and shit. I was like, oh, fuck yes.
Because you've just been dropped off by your dad, and fucking you're like, okay, now it starts.
Yeah, bro. I just seeing you boys all there looking at me. I was like, yes.
Yeah. No, it was fantastic. I came with Zach, Dalton, and Jared. My Fajar dropped me off, and I think Jamo was there, or Dil Sakamano was there. Dil Sakamano, Jamo, they arrived pretty early as well. And then of course there had to be someone that was late, and that was Big Rambo. He was pissed off. He was saying, "It's 12 o'clock. You think the fucking flight's in 10 minutes, boys? Go fuck yourselves." It was just so funny, bro.
It was funny because like he drove, but he picked up Frank and Andrew from like the hills, like far from thing. Which fair play to him because Rambo does not live anywhere near the hills. I don't know why he picked them up, in fairness, but he did. But they were half an hour late, which obviously, as you can probably assume, when you rock up 30 minutes late, you're gonna get fucking shit on.
Yeah,
and we did. You got to make them. You got to make them earn that late fee, you know. Yeah. But no, we checked in, and everything about this flight was going perfect, which was very surprising because Jetstar.
We've been hurt before.
Yeah, I mean, we got on. I think we boarded perfectly on time. We're about to take off maybe 10 minutes after takeoff time. And as we were taking off, we fucking stalled the fucking plane, bro.
I think you're missing a part, though, because before we boarded the plane...
I am missing a part.
Before we boarded the plane, we were, drinking our beers. I got iced coffee, but we sat down at the departure. And because this villa holds 10 beds... we had to I hold like 8 beds, and we had to get 2 extras to fit. There were 2 master bedrooms, 2 other bedrooms that had 3 beds in them. So we all had to spin a wheel. Jamo got like this spinny wheel with all of our names on it. And basically, first to last, you get to pick whichever bed/room you want to be in.
So there was a king in every bed, and then singles pretty much in every other bed.
Yeah.
Which we thought. That's what we thought. But when we got there, it was different. But
so where did you go?
What do you mean? Like, when did I pick?
Yeah.
So the first pick we gave it to Doltz because he was our bank and booked everything, and we paid him back.
Yeah, cheers,
so
Doltz.
Doltz got first pick, so he picked the upstairs master bedroom.
Yeah.
So that had a king, and we thought was a single.
Mm-hmm.
So then the next spin happens, and I think Frank got it. No, Andrew
Corrigan
got it.
got it, yeah.
And so he picked the master bedroom downstairs, another big king, and there's another single in that bed too. And then the third pick comes and Frank got it.
Yeah.
And we were like, fucking hell. Like, these guys just rocked up late too.
Yeah.
But Frank surprisingly picked the single in Andrew's room.
Yeah.
Which I was like, we were all like, what? Okay,
Yeah.
next, move on. So then we spun and my name came up and I always had this feeling I was going to get it. I did. I picked one of the other kings in one of the other bedrooms. And then...
Sacramento.
The next bin was Zach.
Oh, yeah.
And he picked to share with Dolts.
Yeah.
I'm thinking, you boys are fucking on crack.
Yeah, so Frank and Zach, silly boys,
Yeah.
live to learn for that one. Like, just...
Well, it later turned out that it wasn't a good single bed. It was a fucking air mattress.
They were mattresses, yeah. Poor from those two things.
But they had the first pick, so no sympathy really. And then Sacramento picked the other king, and then you boys all pretty much funneled
and then
into
it
the
was
singles.
myself, Jared, Jamo, Rambo. I shared a room with yourself. Jared shared a room with yourself. Thankfully, my single bed wasn't the same as Zach and Frank's.
That wasn't.
And I was actually gassed with mine
It was a very good bed.
because not just my bed, I had the top.
Top, yeah.
So my bed, so Evan's bed was like bottom story in one room, and then there was like 10 steps that went up above, and there was a platform there. There were 2 single beds there, way too small to function in. So we fucked off Jared's downstairs, like it was adjacent to Evan's bed, and I had the whole top thing to myself. I kept whacking my fucking back because it was quite low in certain parts, but in the grand scheme of things, for everything we got up to, and to have that little bit of extra space for yourself as an individual, I was gassed, bro.
It was like a room within a room.
It was. It was nice, but we had an ensuite as well. Fucking beautiful.
So this is the fun. Like, yeah, we sorted out the beds, and then when we went to take off, we stalled the plane, and then fucking
The fucking pilot stole the plane, dickhead.
well, it felt like a stall. I doubt it was a stall. Apparently there was an engine warning sign that popped up.
Because he stole it, and then it was like a jerk, and then he started to slow down. I'm like, okay, 2 options here. He keeps going, he turns around, does a full 360, and he tries again. Or second option, we're fucked.
Sorry guys, just like to inform you all that a little warning sign has popped up on the engineer, and we're going to have to pop back into to go and assess the situation. Instantly, I'm going, fuck sake. We're about to take off at the perfect time. We're going to arrive in Bali at fucking 6 p.m.
Yeah, because
first night out.
As we're boarding, we're like, bro, no fucking delays. We were so scared. But yeah, we ended up being on the plane for what, 30 minutes?
Oh, it was longer than that. We sat
It wasn't an hour.
It was fucking long. We were sitting on the plane in the tarmac, and they wouldn't let us off because they couldn't get airport security to clearance us to get off the plane. So we had to sit on the plane for ages, and then we were like, oh, we're going to end up fixing this plane. We ended up getting off the plane. They got a new plane. That plane came. They had to prep that plane. So we ended up being delayed by like 4 hours, thereabouts. So obviously, thank God we had 10 of the boys, because I wanted to die if I was alone.
Yeah. The mood was like up here, and it dropped dramatically. But yeah, we waited in the airport for like 2 hours for the next plane, and around 5:30 we actually boarded the final plane, and we eventually took off.
Yeah.
Smooth flight, got there, blah 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 blah.
I think we arrived at like 11 at Bali airport.
Yeah, and what's called this massive bunch of processes to get through Bali airport. It's scary because everyone has the same feeling. You've got nothing on you, but Bali airports can just be a little bit scary. But it's funny, we bumped into, or just the people that you see in Bali airport. It's funny, you tend to see some of them throughout your trip as well.
100%.
And that did happen, of course. But yeah, speed through this part. Got through all of it, blah, 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 smooth sailing. And then thankfully we booked a driver who picked us up.
That bus was the best thing we ever booked.
Fantastic little minivan, bro.
15-seater bus, fuck yeah.
So good. Evan had his JBL speaker. We chucked it on, and we were just driving through the streets of Bali. It was raining, and we were just fucking...
Vibes were getting higher.
We were just ecstatic, bro. So we're like, Bali's looking good, bro. None of us had been there for a good couple of years. And then we arrive, we get our bags out, and we to get to our villa, we stopped. There's this like nails beauty sign. We stopped there, and then there's like this, what? Would you say like 100 meters?
Oh, I fucking felt like 3 kilometers, mate.
It's like a good 100 meters, bro. Something like that.
Yeah.
To walk down this alleyway, and it's uneven as fuck flooring. Dogs barking at you the whole way. But once you get down there, you see the pearly white gates. They may as well be the pearly white gates of heaven, mate. The fucking sliding door that lets you enter to see the villa. And from that moment on, I just was on a high that I never
everyone
came
was
down
screaming,
from.
bro.
Yeah.
Like the door opened and everyone was like, "Oh shit,
bro!" I've got a house tour video on my phone, and there's literally Dil Sacamano jumping with joy like a little schoolgirl.
dude!" I said this at the time, so because we were walking around and shit. No, I'm not kidding. I hadn't said it at this time, but all I could see was everyone like literally with the happiest and grinning face you could ever see. I've never seen the boys happier in my fucking life. Like everyone you look at is just like, oh shit, people are jogging, jumping, fucking like hugging each other and shit. Like, fuck, we're living.
Bro, this villa, so you walk in, massive fucking rectangle shaped conversational pit for a living room. So like you go down like 3 steps, there's like L-shaped couches on either side, massive fucking TV soundbar, massive long dining room, like basically like coffee table type of thing. That was adjacent to a massive dining room table with the kitchen and the sliding doors that took you outside to the pool. That whole section was where the fucking money was made, bro.
Yeah, that's paradise, bro. I mean, when
we did everything there.
Walking through that house, like, I can't explain it to people when they ask, like, how big was the villa? And, like, it was a genuine mansion.
Yeah.
Like, if you were to describe a house to people, like, I would say, imagine City Beach in Perth or in one of the richest suburbs in wherever state you live.
Like Brighton, Victoria, St Kilda.
And it is like fucking just mega. Like it's a 12-seater dining room table. Ceilings are
so
5 meters tall.
Infinity pool that went on for years.
Rooftop bar like in our house.
Yeah.
Bigger than most houses. Like sauna. Like it was a genuine luxurious mansion, and I am so glad that we spent $6,000 between us to get that for 6 nights or for 6 days. Best thing we ever did. I would say this to anyone who's booking a trip: spend the extra money on a villa, because when we went last time 5-6 years ago,
hated it.
We got a villa and we paid like $400 each for 10 days, and that to this for the extra like $200 I paid. Bear in mind less days, I would have happily paid $1,000 instead of $600 for that. Anytime, like
guaranteed.
Go the extra mile. You'll fucking thank yourself.
Right, from the rooftop bar, and from our bedrooms, so literally all the 3 upstairs bedrooms and the rooftop bar, you could access this ledge. That was probably how many? 10 meters tall.
The first one would have been like probably like 3, and then the top one would have been like 6 or 7.
It's disgustingly tall, bro. And it was like we jumped into the pool, like into the deep end, because that was fucking so deep, but it felt fucking disgustingly high, bro.
I clattered my hamstring on that.
He fucking bruised
I decided
his
to do a
hamstring.
bommy like a fucking idiot, and I just landed straight on my arse cheeks, and literally my hamstring was black and blue.
Yeah, it was crazy.
Well, it was black and blue after I got a masseuse to massage a bruised hamstring.
Yeah.
But it was pretty tall. It was lit.
That night, we literally, because we got there at 11:30, that night we just got some bare essentials. Not all of us had money. So we got some drinks, got some food, came back to the villa, chilled for a little bit, and we were in bed by like 2:30, ready to go the next day. And then when we did wake up, that's when we did jump into the pool the next morning.
No, we swam that night.
We did swim that night, but we jumped in from that tall ledge part.
Well, because that night we were all just sitting around the pool and in the pool.
Just vibing, bro.
And that's when I said to people, I was like, I've never seen the boys this happy in my life. Like I said it out loud. I was like, we're fucking living, boys. But yeah, Thursday morning rolls around. Yeah,
Thursday morning rolls around, and I can't actually remember too much of Thursday for whatever reason.
I remember it. So I remember seeing you put your shorts on, like to go for a swim. So I was like, fuck yeah, I'm starting my day with a swim and I lay on the sunbed. Pretty much our New Year's resolution: go get some sun, go for a swim. You feel good. So we did that. It was about 9:30 we woke up, so we had a decent sleep.
Yeah.
But then we decided we were going to go to Penny Lane's for breakfast.
That was that day. Beautiful breakfast spot.
Very, very good. Go check it out. It's in Canggu if you go to Bali. But fucking hell, we decided to walk from our villa to this place. Now, probably about a 5K walk.
It was long.
And it was hot. And in Bali, the streets don't have footpaths for a lot of them. So we're walking on the road and shit. You're like almost getting hit. It's 30 degrees, 100% humidity.
We were going to wear Birks as well.
Yeah. We were fucking dripping in sweat. And on the road, or like on the walk there, this is what changed the whole trip. Because we're walking there and we're just seeing 18-year-old girls not holding on their fucking phones. Two girls, no helmets.
Seeing a mum with like a 4-year-old child.
Yeah, like full families on these mopeds and shit. And they're just zooming past. And I literally said, I don't know who the fuck was behind me and around me. I said, fuck this. I'm never walking again on this trip.
Yeah.
We didn't walk again for the whole trip.
No, literally.
From that point on, we got Gojeks back to the villa.
Gojek is like Uber/Uber Eats.
$2 or $1 pretty much Australian money to get a fucking 5-minute Gojek ride on the back of a moped. No helmet.
Put it this way. For where like we like where I live, where you used to live, it's like a 30-minute drive to like destination spots, city, Fremantle, etc. 30-minute drive on a Gojek, $3.
Well, this is the thing. So originally, like I was like, I'm probably not going to get on a moped. Like, I don't know. You always hear accidents and shit about them. But there's no other option in Bali.
No.
So
can't get in the car.
For these little, in the close proximity areas, 5 minutes to the club, 5 minutes down the road. Like you're not walking. No. It's going to take you 35 minutes, and it's probably more unsafe to walk.
Yeah.
And then if you're gonna get a car, it's gonna take you 30 minutes. You may as well walk because the traffic is so bad that if you're not on a moped, you're cooked. So there's not really any other option. But yeah, I was skeptical at first to get on them, but with how simple the process is, like there's no other option.
Penny Lane was beautiful, but that was the first day we were there where there was actually sunlight and you saw everyone out and whatnot. And this is where we really saw the beauty that Bali brings.
Oh, some of those women.
European women, European lads, people from all walks of the earth were in this country. We're on this island, and it was so refreshing. I said to the boys, I was like, I'm kind of glad that we've come not on January, not during Christmas time, because we missed out on seeing or meeting like all the Australians type of thing. Australia's such a small place, or it's a big place, but we got to meet so many different people from literally everywhere. Fucking massive upside to this trip as well.
100%. Like something about beautiful women makes you just feel good as a man. You're just like, fuck.
Yeah.
She's stunning.
Yeah. We had breakfast. Fantastic. 10 out of 10. Where did we go after that?
We just went for like a little walk down to the
other markets and shit.
Yeah, but no one really bought anything. I think Frank bought some glasses.
Yeah.
But yeah, we pretty much just went back to the villa. It was about lunchtime by then. We just kicked it around the villa swimming, started playing like a couple of games of Pong.
Yeah, we had a perfect outdoor wooden like dining table. That was the perfect length for Pong. It was fantastic. There was a pool table adjacent to it. We had an outdoor shower as well. But that's where we really we were saturated, bro. So to get back to the villa, we both brought our JBL speakers so we could connect them. Music blasting, and we're just drinking, bro. We're drinking our fucking Smirnoff Ices that cost you $2 at the 7-Eleven. We had our vodka from the night before, and the vibes are just going up, bro.
I'm trying to remember what day each day we went clubbing.
So that day we did go clubbing, and that's when we went to Mexicola that night.
Was it?
Yeah, it was.
That was after the dinner, and we got a massage, and I was already fucked.
No,
that was that night. We went to that nice dinner spot. So we were drinking throughout the day, and then we went to Mississippi's.
Yes, this is all coming back to me.
Yeah. So we went to Mississippi's for like a couple of day drinks.
And the group was split. The group was split. So there was you, myself, Sacamano, and Dalton, who were 100% set on going to Mississippi's. Mississippi's is day club. We're like, this is basically day one, boys. people were skeptical because we had fins the next day, which we all spent $300 for, and we knew we were going to write ourselves off. But we all said, no, we're going out. Let's just see where this takes us.
But yeah, we went to Mississippi's, had a couple there.
Had a couple.
We were already... Oh yeah, no, we had way more.
We had a lot of daiquiris.
No, yeah, I remember now. Fuck, I was already fucked before going there, like we all were. And then we get to Mississippi's and they had happy hour.
Yeah, we walk in. This guy's like, "Come do a fucking backflip off the top story, bro, with us." I'm like, "Buddy, I just walked in."
Yeah, and I already had a bruised hamstring. And then we were like,
2 for 1, strawberry daiquiris, mango daiquiris.
They were frozen.
We
were just ordering fucking 2 at a time. Like,
sun was setting. It was the perfect vibe, bro. And then we eventually convinced all the boys to come. That's where we start to get a little bit rowdy.
Oh, well, I was already fucking clattered at that. I couldn't even see at that point.
Yeah. So we got like heaps of drinks there. And then, did we go to Potato Head after that?
Yeah, we just walked down to Potato Head to just like before dinner to go check it out because we had a dinner booked for 7:30 at
Da Maria's.
Da Maria, yeah.
And Potato Head, I loved.
I didn't drink any much of that.
When we went back in 2019, didn't remember it being that average though.
It's just it's like an old man's club. Like the Mississippi's and Fins and shit is all young degenerate, and then Potato Head is like we take your family for dinner.
Yeah. Oh Jesus. And then at Da Maria's, beautiful restaurant. Jammer booked that for us. He'd been there before. I got pizza, you got pasta. The group was basically split on those types
Bro,
of
I
things.
couldn't even see. I remember sitting at the dinner with my fucking menu, leaning on the table. For anyone who's on video, you'll be able to see this. I'm like leaning on the table, like I'm blacked out.
Just
drunk.
like hunched
like,
over.
I'm like, fucking just get me food.
Yeah.
So I'm like getting angry at the situation, like to the boys. I'm like, can we get a fucking server? Like, oh fuck, I have to take this out. I'm like, can we get a fucking server? I'm so fucked and I'm just so hungry.
Yeah.
And they finally come and order and I'm like, I want that. Which was, by the time the food came out, by the way, we paid $17 for water.
Yeah. Well, that was at the end.
But anyway, yeah, food comes out. Food was very, very good, but pretty small portions. Maybe not for a pizza.
My pizza was very good, and it was the right type of meal for myself at that point in time.
Yeah. But this pasta was very good, but very, very like small. I could have eaten 3. In fairness, I was blackout drunk at that point. But it sobered me up a lot.
Yeah. And then we were all, we got the bill and we're all, all right, pay this plus the service tax and we'll be fine. You count the money. We're $15 fucking short. Who the fuck's not paying? We're all pointing fingers, bro. Well, that fucker would have done it, bro. Like,
bear in mind. So I'm blackout drunk and I'm like doing this math and I'm just I'm annoyed. I'm like, fucking hell. I don't know. I'm pretty sure everyone else is pissed off too because it's like, who the fuck's done it? But I'm just sitting there like, oh my God, like what the fuck? I'm counting the money. We were like, people put in extra money. I paid like 5 extra. Zach paid 5 extra.
Literally
and we were
everyone did,
still
bro.
like $6 short. And we were like, who the fuck hasn't paid? Like, because there was a service tax which we split evenly. And like, it was just who hasn't. But then we finally found out that there was $17 for 2 bottles of water.
crazy.
Two or 3 bottles of water, tap water.
Yeah.
Tap water in our country, it's free.
Yeah.
But over there, they don't have tap water. You got to buy bottled water.
Yeah.
But $17, so that was the missing money. But yeah, everyone was at each other's throats at that point. Everyone's like, "Fucking who the?"
But once we figured out it was tap water, we're all laughing, bro.
Oh yeah, no. Like I say, everyone was at each other's throats, not in like a I'm gonna fight someone way. It was more just like
Someone fucking
which
own up.
dickhead has done this.
Yeah. And then after that, we I believe we do go back to the villa, and
Yeah.
and then this is where we're gonna be like, okay, we're gonna go get a fucking massage. So like 4 of us.
My night was done, bro.
4 of us go get a massage, and like we were zonked out, bro. After that, because you almost fall asleep in these massages, bro.
Bro, before deciding to go to the massage, I was like, I'm so fucked. I've got fins tomorrow.
Yeah.
I'm not doing anything more. So I was like, I'm going to go get a massage. I think a couple of the other boys were like, I'm just going to chill here. We might go out to somewhere a bit later.
Yeah.
But yeah, we went to get massages and like you say, carked it.
Absolutely cocked up. And then I believe Rambo gets a message. Jamo gets a message saying, oh yeah, we're at Old Man's. We're at Mexicola. Come along. And we're like, fuck, do we go back to the villa? We got oil on our whole bodies. I feel fucked. Like, nah, fuck it. Let's just order a Gojek straight there, bro. And we did. We go to Old Man's. Old Man's is to the left. Mexico is to the right. Two, like, basically identical venues. Going to Old Man's, we're like, what the fuck's going on, bro? Like people are here. It's not going off like crazy, but I can't see the boys. And then we're like, all right, fuck it. Let's go over to Mexicola, and we just see the boys on top of these fucking like lunch. If you go to a school and you've got like the tables outside the school with like the park benches on either side, they have that in Mexicola, and all the boys were just stood on top with a drink in their hand, fucking.
I just saw Dolts. I remember seeing Dolts on top of a table, and I was like, if Dolts is on the table, like the boys must be on.
Yeah.
And then I remember seeing Andrew just sweating bullets, button up, undone, and he's just like with double drinks in his hand, fucking eyes basically shut, sunnies on, and he's just like two-step vibing. And then I walk in, and bear in mind, like after the massage, I had a fucking headache. I was like, oh.
We got hell blocked up for some reason as well.
Yeah, we were laying on your back, I guess, and shit like that. And then I was just like, I wasn't really expecting to go hard when I got to Mexicola, to say the least.
No.
I get there, the vibes were fucked, and then straight to the bar. Give me 2 Red Bull vodkas, mate. I need to get a kick in the ass. Guzz those in fuck all time.
Expensive.
Very. It was like 40 Australian dollars for 2 Red Bull vodkas. Didn't give a shit. And then, yeah, we were dancing on tables, and I would say that night was one of the best nights out I've ever had.
Yeah, yeah.
Like, it just got busier and busier and busier on a Thursday night. I remember saying to people, like all the boys and shit, like I remember the second month, I was like, bro, I've never in my life seen the boys this fucking on, like vibing.
And the crazy part was, it wasn't meant to really happen that night. And we know we had a bigger day the next day, and Saturday was going to be a bigger day as well. So we're like, fuck, we're so on here, boys. We are so on for this trip.
Dude, just the music. Because I remember they were playing just like old school throwbacks. And old school throwbacks for old men like us, you know, just had me up and about, bro.
Banger after banger, bro.
Dude, I'm getting like fucking giddy. I just remember seeing like every single one of the boys is taking turns rotating on the table, fucking drinks, double parked. Frank's fucking yelling out, I love Bali.
Yeah.
People are smoking darts around us and shit. Like, it just smells like a fucking cigarette fest.
Oh, it's just amazing, bro. It was just amazing. And then it gets towards the end of the night, and we're like, oh, do we go to like this sandbar thing?
Yeah.
And the sandbar was like probably 20, 30 meters down from Mexicola to the right as you were leaving. And we walk down, and we see no one on that fucking beach.
There was no one there.
And we're like, you know what? This is fucking good, as good of a time to call it a night as any, because Finn's was the next day. So we go home, and at this point, we can't say too much.
Well, we stayed up for a bit, and then I remember just drinking. We just did prep.
Yeah, just
like
did
Hydrolite.
prep. You found out that Hydrolite's a godsend. Can't believe this was your first time, to be honest. So, some of the boys, this was their first time for Hydrolite.
Any of you struggle with hangovers? I mean, you guys would have heard multiple fucked up hangovers for myself on this story. Like, I've eaten KFC chips while showering, while soggy chips in the wet. Like, I'm like one of the worst, most hungover people you ever meet. Like, if I have a hangover. I didn't have a hangover this whole trip, really, besides the fly out day. But we can get into that later.
Yeah.
But yeah, Guz, the trick was I would take a Hydrolite before going out, and I would take a Hydrolite when I got home before bed, and then I'll have a Hydrolite made in the morning.
Mm-hmm.
So, you know, a lot of Hydrolite, but woke up fucking feeling $1 million on Friday morning. And this was our biggest plan day because we bought the most expensive table at Finn's, which was like the up top on the right side with the main pool down below and then the beach behind us. And it cost us, $3,000 between 10 of us.
Yeah. That included bottle service, drinks, food to our place.
Well, the $3,000 is like a $2.5 bar tab.
Yeah.
So it was $3,000, but you have I think it was $2.5 essentially bar tab. But yeah, you get bottle service, you got a fucking private person to bring you drinks, you get towels, sunscreen, everything's provided for you up top. So that, looking back now, is like one of the best purchases. So if you ever go on to Finn's and you got a group of at least 10, I would say, get that fucking top part because
it's worth the money.
Worth every cent, particularly if you're fucked like us. And you decide to smoke the bar tab in less time than we were even there for.
Yeah.
I mean, fuck's sake, we ordered 100 sex on the beach cocktails.
100 Sex on the Beach cocktails. We do have the photo of the receipt, so we could potentially put it up. But yeah, first half of the day, chilled, relaxed, got to Finn's. We walk in, we get our wristbands, everyone gets wristbands, and then we get escorted to the main stage, or the main area. We go up like this flight of stairs, which was already wet.
That was dangerous,
And
bro.
we're thinking someone's literally going to fucking smack their
someone
head
did.
and die. But we get up there, and we're like, oh my fucking goodness, bro.
At first, I felt awkward a bit. At first, when we first got up there and we ordered those first round of cocktails, and it was like 20 minutes for them to come, at first I was thinking, oh, bro, if it's going to take this long every time we order a drink, like, we're fucked. But I remember, like, kind of standing up there, and I wasn't going to dance yet. Like, it was awkward because everyone's looking at you, right?
Well, we also had a this is our mindset. Don't go too hard too early, because we're here for a long fucking time, and you don't want to write yourself off.
Bro, I did not adhere to that whatsoever.
No one did.
Fucking Andrew in particular. Dude, Andrew, I remember the first hour, I think we had gone through $700 of the tab.
Yeah.
And there were $13 cocktails. I remember Andrew had like 14 cocktails in 2 hours.
Yeah.
And he was fucking like paralyzed for like an hour. And then Frank had like 10. I had like 10 as well. And I remember just going, all right, no more for like an hour. But then that's when we got the food. But
yeah, the food was amazing, by the way. We got five different pizzas, 5 sets of chips. And our process was basically, we're just going upstairs, downstairs every time. So if we're upstairs, we're vibing, fucking pointing out to people, looking at people, vibing, dancing.
Looking at the amount of hot beds on the floor.
Going downstairs, going into the pool, because the pool's right below us. There's the bar there, the swim up bar. And we just repeated that the entire fucking night. And this night, bro, so much shit happened. So much shit happened.
This is the best night of my life, bro.
One of the best nights of my life. Some of it has to be disclosed because it's not our story to tell.
Oh, we can't say shit.
We can't say shit. But we met so many people. Like I met this couple. They were like 60 years old. It's funny. Got the exact same like heritage from me. Yeah, bro.
That was her name. I remember.
She's like German. This guy's Italian. And then they were like, "Where's your family from?" I said, "Calabria." And he goes, "Oh my fucking God." They're both like kissing my arms, bro. They're like, "There's no fucking way. You're such a beautiful boy. Oh my God." And everyone just had the same experience with everyone. Fucking, we can say this. He won't care, but Rambo, bro, he's fucking... He's picking girls up with the pool.
Not even girl. He's picking like 40-year-old milfs, bro.
Bro, he's like carrying them around.
He's got 40-year-old milf's legs wrapped around him, like straddling him. Like,
Yeah.
And he's like just necking on with her, walking around the pool, like giving me a look of like what am I doing, bro? I'm like, oh, I love it. Fuck.
We've got like, he's like upstairs just doing the same thing. And yeah, we ended up we went over the bar tab, didn't we?
By like $16 because we had to end it. But like the end of the night and I just remember everyone was vibing with each other like together until like
For the last probably like
8, 9.
2 hours of the night, we all went our separate ways.
Everyone was just like their own solo adventures, just fucking
Yeah.
sculling drinks. Some of the boys were on the dance floor. Some fucking people are talking to MILFs.
I don't even know how it happened. I don't remember where we all separated.
I just remember it was like at a period of time because everyone was just together in the pool or up.
Yeah.
And we ordered like shisha to the top part of the bar tab.
We ordered cigars as well,
Cigars,
bro.
yeah, we were
cigars.
I was swinging
Fucking
cigars.
Frank dropped one of the cigars into the pool, bro. We're like, "You fucking idiot!" Blah blah blah. I completely forgot about that. We're all like we said, we don't smoke, but you can't not smoke a cigar in Bali.
No,
bro.
yeah,
you can't not like have a couple puffs of a cigar in Bali.
But yeah, then we just went back to the villa with like kick-ons, and I mean, most of the nights after we just did the same thing. We'd just go kick-ons with all the boys back at the villa. Everyone's just drinking, and some of us are passed out on a couch, and that's pretty much the end of the night at that point. Like,
that's the night where I didn't do any prep
yeah,
for myself the next day, and boy, did I fucking feel it, bro. I was worse for it. I was feeling sorry for myself.
See, I felt $1 million again on Saturday, and I was so surprised. Guys, we ordered 196 cocktails between 10 of us, plus shots, plus other drinks like Red Bull vodkas, wet pussy shots. Like, I don't know how.
We'll put the receipt up on screen. So if you're listening on audio, pop over to YouTube at this time. Just have a look. While you're there, drop it a fucking like as well.
100 sex on the beaches.
Bro, this receipt, it's going in my Instagram dump, bro. It's 100% because that's fucking insane. I showed my mum.
100 sex on the beaches is disgusting. Bro, that's we spent, with tax and service fee, $1,600 on sex on the beach cocktails.
Yeah, it's disgusting.
Ridiculous.
That's disgusting.
And all before 11.
Bro, we forgot to mention, we were in the pool one time, bro, and we're all like, we're fucking vibing. It's probably like, what time we get there? 2:30?
It's like 3, yeah.
It was probably like 4. It was probably like 4 o'clock, and we're in the pool, and Frank's at the bar, and then he gets called over, and this bartender's like, oh, you've got a $1,000 bottle of vodka here.
No. It was a Dom Perignon.
Dom Perignon? Yeah. Don Perignon bottle. And Frank's like...
No, sorry. Was that Don Julio.
Don Julio. It was over $1,000. I literally think it could have been a couple thousand.
I looked at it because I was next to him. It was 13.5 million.
Yeah.
So 1,350.
Disgusting. And Frank's like, he's stressing, he's like, no, it wasn't fucking me. It wasn't fucking me. No, it wasn't me. Trust me, boys, it wasn't me. And then, bro, all of a sudden, everyone just starts laughing, including the bartender, because this 6'5" black guy was in the pool. He's like, no, that's me. And this bartender just mistook Frank.
I'm so sorry.
For this fucking other African guy.
The only other African American in this whole fucking venue, might I mention.
We were dying of laughter, bro. It was the funniest fucking shit out, man.
Most racist thing ever, but
bro.
like, it just doesn't matter in Bali. And I remember her just, oh my God, I'm so sorry. And like, we're just pissing ourselves. Like, she would have felt awful too, but yeah, that was fucking hilarious. But yeah, that was Finn's.
Yeah.
10 out of 10. No, I can't fault it.
Yeah.
Not a thing could have fucking gone any better.
Next day, we all wake up and then we'll go get some breakfast, bro. Everyone's hurting. Go get some breakfast to this place that's like just outside. So as we mentioned before, the massive fucking alleyway you have to get to our villa. Literally on the opposite side of the road.
Zach's fucking fantastic suggestion.
Zach's fantastic suggestion. He was like, let's try this, boys. The fuck Penny Lane, let's go there.
It's close to home, bro.
Yeah. We go there and we wait, 40?
Oh, longer, bro.
45 minutes?
It was already,
eggs on
so
toast?
we were already late for breakfast. It was 10:30.
Yeah.
And yeah, like you said, we get there. I don't even understand what they fucking did. So no one got a meal for like 45 minutes and then they would bring one meal.
Yeah, one meal at a time. Yeah.
Like, it was ridiculous.
Yeah.
It was like, I can't remember who ordered first, but I think like Rambo got his fucking French toast. He'd eat it. They would take the dish away.
Yeah.
Then they would bring mine. Then they just bought me one poached egg with nothing. I was like, the fuck?
Yeah.
And then they brought me a cold croissant that wasn't even cheese melted. And then I finally got my poached eggs and I'm like, what is going on?
I made my own pancakes. I took all the fruit off, asked for like maple syrup, honey butter on them. Dil Sakamana was like, fuck, he was sat next to me. He was like, you know what, Dil, that sounds like a fucking good plan. Let me get that. Jared and Jamo got like these fucking like
breakfast quesadilla.
Yeah. And they were shit. Thankfully, Dil and I's
yours was the only good one.
They were fantastic. They were really good pancakes, but yeah, not a good experience at that place.
No, bro, we were there from like 10:30 until like fucking 12:20, and I think that was the Friday. I think, yeah, that was the Friday because we were going to Finn's after. That was the Friday because I remember saying, "Fuck's sake, we've got to go to Finn's." We had to go home and get ready quick.
Ooh, was it?
Yeah,
Fuck.
It was.
Look at us getting our days mixed, bro.
We didn't even get breakfast on Saturday. I don't think.
Did we not? Is that when I waited 2 hours for a fucking burger?
Yeah. I don't know. All I know is I can't remember. Saturday morning was fucked slow. A lot of people were hurt and a lot of boys were bit worse for wear. It was more of a day where we just went and got massages. I can't remember if we even had breakfast. I don't think we did. I think we were just hurt and we tried to order food in. We did. I ordered that fucking avocado on
Or the
toast.
Yeah, that's when I waited.
Disgraceful.
Yeah, I waited 2 hours for a burger that fucking sucked. Because, bro, I ordered first, kept getting fucking no drivers. I'd wait 30 minutes and then they'd cancel it. It was just so fucking annoying.
Yeah.
And then I finally got it. Rambo got this like Oreo waffle. What was it, bro? Oreo waffle. Do you remember what I'm talking about?
No, I do remember. Sorry, I was just reminiscing on the days. That was on the Sunday. The Saturday, we went to Penny Lane again because we were going to go to the avocado factory that I suggested. And then we got there and then we ended up walking further because we were like, fuck it, let's just go to Penny Lane because we had it before and we were like, we'll get quick service. So that was the second day we all went to Penny Lane.
Right, okay.
So we had Penny Lane again, which was good. And then Saturday night was pretty much where everything else was massages, dicky shit throughout the day. Get yourself right for the night. Yeah. And then we charged out on the Saturday. We had a nice prees and we went to Old Man's.
Okay.
And that was the boys' final night. So this was the boys weren't really keen on going out. A lot of boys were hurting. Me and Sacramento started drinking a bit earlier. We went up to the rooftop bar and then all the boys just ended up getting fucked up again. You and Rambo played beer pong. Four lost games for him in a row. He was fucked up.
Rambo was on my team and then I versed you and Jamo.
Yeah.
I versed you and Jamo and like it was a fucking rapid game.
Yeah.
Probably the quickest game that we played. Ran through it and then you were like, all right, that's me done. And then Jared comes in.
Well, because I was already drunk, bro.
Yeah, Jared comes in and then we play 4 games and we win every single one. And Jamo was the hesitant one. He's like, I might just have a nice dinner. Keep it relaxed. After that, this kid was buzzed, bro. Everyone
was. I remember I was just like saying, because Sacramento was like, fuck, you reckon the boys are going to be keen to go out? I was like, 100%. Rambo's just played 4 games of beer pong. Jamo's just played 4 games of beer pong and lost. Yeah. I was like, there's no way that they're not like feeling buzzed now. But yeah, then we went to Old Man's. Everyone was very, very high vibes. Like,
yeah. So we went to, where did we go? Oh, there was like 2 different sections of Old Man's, weren't there?
Yeah, we sat on the far side.
We sat on the closer side. Like you, me, Jared, Jamo, got a nice photo, got a drink, walked in, just chilling. And then the other 4 were at the far side. And we get over there, then we sit around this whole fucking massive table. Bro, we see fucking a group of 12-year-olds, bro.
Yeah.
We see a group of 12-year-old boys over there, and we're like, how the fuck are you in this place, bro?
We offered them the thick cigar. We're like, do you want a cigar, bro? They were like, nah. We're like, do you want some drinks, boys?
At this table, we were all doing stuff we shouldn't have been doing, bro.
Yeah.
We were all doing stuff we shouldn't have been doing, throwing the digi camera around, partying, blah, 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 blah. And that night, I met the love of my life, bro. I met the love of my life. This girl, Sabrina from Prague, from Czech Republic, just absolutely fantastic. The gymnast dancer. She had like all 10 of us like just wrapped around her.
I remember I met like this one random bird from fucking Sydney. And then I was just like, I was dancing with her and her other friend for a little bit while yous were all like, we were back to back to each other still. And I just see yous all just dancing like this one blonde fucking chick is in the middle of all of the boys. And everyone's like fucking choo. Like everyone's just like chanting derogatory stuff. Then she kind of hit my leg, I turned around and I just see her in a full fucking split on the ground.
Because I was like, oh, what do you do? She's like, I'm a gymnast. And straight away I was like, oh, so you can do the splits. And bro, I hold her hand and she does the splits and I'm like, oh, my jaw, I think there's a video on my camera, my jaw drops to the floor, bro.
Bro. And then I remember like her challenging you to a push-up comp. She was fucking jacked, by the way.
Bro, she was fucking strong.
I was starting to worry. I was like, fuck, my boy here's hungover and drunk.
Bro, I never done that many push-ups in my life, bro.
Dude, you were at like at least 20. I was like, fuck.
I think I got to like 35. And at the end, I was like, keep up the speed. And then she gave out. And I was like, I would have fucking married you.
Dude, I just remember like old mans were all fucking. I remember Rambo was fucked and dancing kind of flamboyant. So then he went off to the dance floor and I was like, like there was like me and maybe two other the boys. I can't remember who, but we were like, we can't leave him hanging. So we walked over there and then within like 5 minutes, everyone had moved over to the main dance floor and we fucking ran that shit, bro. Every person at every venue we went to, in the most humble way possible, were just staring at our group's vibes.
Yeah.
Dude, Mexico the first night, we're all dancing on tables. I'm looking around and everyone's just staring at our group on the table like fucking, yeah. Like Frank's yelling out, I love Bali. And then at Old Man's, it was no different. We were fucking all vibing, dancing. I think we just went home after Old Man's. Oh no, everyone split again.
Yeah, so so a couple of the boys went somewhere, and then myself, Frank, Jared, and a couple other randoms went to Mexicola, and that's when we were dancing on top of the tables again, bro. And it was just an absolute vibe. And then we go back to the villa, and quite a few people there. You were still out.
Yeah, that's what I just remembered. Yeah. That fucking chick that I met, her friend was flogged. Like, I'm talking, like, we didn't know her friend didn't know where she was. Now, in the most nice way possible, I didn't really give a shit.
Yeah.
Like, I'm in Bali and I'm just vibing and like all the boys are going back to the villa and I'm like, I want to fucking go party with the boys back home.
Yeah.
But like I was fucked, but morally, like I couldn't just let a disabled person essentially. So essentially the person I was with, I was just like, like if your friend isn't texting you, you've rang her 100 times, there's nothing you can do. Like, what are you going to do? You're not going to fucking walk around the streets of Bali and try to find her. So I basically said, oh, look, just, I'm going to head off. And then finally, as I'm about to leave, phone rings. She answers it, and it's a guy.
Oh.
And he's like, your friend's health fucked up. Like, and I was like, tell him to send a photo. And he sent a photo, and I could see the blue Old Man's seats. So I said to the chick, I was like, she's in Old Man's. So then we went to her friend, and she's just like, and I'm like full blown paralyzed on this fucking thing with a bag, yak all over her shirt.
Yuck.
And I'm like,
here we go.
Oh, fuck. Like, I can't just leave these fucking two drunk, like, her friend was fucked too. I was like, I can't leave these two drunk girls here. So I was like, where are you guys staying? Seminyak. Oh my God. So we get her outside, go to a 7-Eleven. I get vitamin water, Hydrolyte. I'm like, fucking, you got to drink this water. You got to drink it. You got to get sober up. You got to yak, Sprite, like everything. Pretty much just to make sure she'd be good enough to get into a cab, which was the other problem. We couldn't put her on a bike, and traffic in Bali in a cab is way worse. But yeah, long story short, I venture these two girls back all the way to Seminyak, and then I get on a Gojek, and I come back to the villa where everyone's just fucking face eating pizza. Frank's demolished 2 margarita
Frank ate
pizzas.
two pizzas, bro.
Like,
crazy.
I walk in, there's empty, half-eaten pizza slices on the floor, empty chips, drinks everywhere. Some of the boys are swimming. One of the boys had some bad news delivered to him of an actor that he performed, which like he was fucking cracking it, and there's video, so I saw that.
Yeah.
And I just get bad. I'm like, this is just hilarious. But yeah, that was pretty much the end of that night.
You and I were the last ones to bed at 4:30 p.m. and we're just like...
AM, but yeah.
4:30 a.m. and we're just like, oh, fucking hell.
I remember sitting in the living room just going, like, I keep leaning over because I was fucked, but I'm just looking around at the empty pizza boxes and the filth of the villa. And I'm like, fucking thank God we have housekeeping.
Thank God for housekeeping, bro. Thank God they're elite people, man.
Yeah, Sunday morning rolls, like I was just drinking Hydrolyte for like an hour and a half trying to get myself right for tomorrow. Yeah,
thankfully I got myself right as well. And then Sunday comes around, and this was the day where I was like, this is going to be chill. This is going to be a chill day.
It was pissing rain.
Pissing with fucking rain.
Housekeeping comes in, cleans everything up.
Yeah, that's where Sunday we just did a bit of shopping. We chilled around the villa for a lot of time. Some people got massages.
Zach and Saka left.
We said goodbye to Zach and Sakamana, and that was really sad. That was really sad to see those boys go. Yep. But yeah, chilled, massages, bought some things, and then we We just got some food, got some more pizzas, chips, watched some Premier League.
There was talks of going out, and then I just remember no one was about it. Like I remember sitting there like I'm fucked. I lost my voice completely. You still sort of can't hear it now. But yeah, I could barely even talk.
Yeah, and we were happy. We were like, we're gonna go out tomorrow for our last night. If we didn't go out one of the nights, in my opinion, that's no big deal.
Yeah, it was chill.
So we just chill. Yeah, we just chilled. Got probably the most sleep we'd had that night. And
I finally got a solid 8 hours.
Monday rolls around.
The last day.
The last full day. And how did we start it?
I think we played paddle tennis or whatever. But I woke up and I was like, I need to go get some brekkie. So I went to Penny Lane's on my own. I just went and got 2 eggs on toast real quick. And then we played paddle tennis, which if you haven't played paddle tennis, in my opinion, it is way more fun than normal tennis if you're not skilled.
Yeah.
Like, we're not good at tennis, so it's kind of like a bit of it's fun, but it's not like, there's not really rallies because we suck.
Yeah.
Whereas this, like, there was some sick ass rallies. You can hit it off walls. It's more of like a recreational, for fun type of sport.
Well, we did it in the jungle as well. Jungle area.
So yeah, that was really fun. No hangovers either for anyone because we didn't do anything on the Sunday.
We fucking sweated out, bro. We sweat out. We sweat it all out during the Monday. And then what did we do? Did we go get lunch?
I think we all had to leave to go somewhere. We went back to the villa.
Oh yeah, so we got lunch.
Where did we get lunch?
We all ordered stuff.
Oh yeah, we just ordered lunch.
I got a really nice burger. And then is that the day we did the escape room a couple hours later?
Yeah. So our plan was we were going to go to Kuta, do an escape room, and then we had Luigi's that night, which pops off on a Monday. We did the escape room like 5-6 years ago, and the one we did was exponentially better than this. It was the exact same place, just a different course. But I also think
we're not smart, bro.
No, but it was 30 minutes to this fucking place on the back of a moped.
Yeah.
I'm fucking hot. It's sweaty. It's been a 4-day bender before this. I really didn't want to go.
No, neither did I.
But we did it anyway. Then we get there and this one wasn't even that interactive. The last one we did, we were like in water, moving rooms around. This one was literally crawl through some fucking holes, and that was pretty much it. One room slightly moved. So yeah, that was pretty dog shit. We just kept asking for clues to get it done. We did it in an hour, 20 minutes. We were like, fuck this, let's get out of here. And then we had a look at Poppies 1, Poppies 2, which is 2 famous shopping sites. We went to Johnny Rockets because we knew that place was a
You didn't finish your crispy strips? Were they not good for you?
I wasn't really that hungry.
Yeah, so I
had that Magnum and I was like, no.
Yeah, we got our Oreo shakes, we had our crispy strips, and they were fucking fantastic. I do miss that place already, to be honest. That was a thing we could go to. It'd be so fucking good. And it was already really late at the stage. It was fuck.
Getting late. It was like 7:30, which kind of like annoyed me a little bit because I was like, Luigi's pops off. And like we needed to be at Luigi's earlier. Like we didn't get back to the villa till 8:30.
Yeah.
And so, we had to try and get drunk, which we didn't really. We probably had like 4, maybe 5 Smirnoff Ices each, which is nothing in Bali. And then we went down to Luigi's at about 9 o'clock. I actually had like fuck all money left.
Same.
So we would get into Luigi's at about 9:30, 10 o'clock, which was, looking back now, way too late because I didn't realise. I thought it would be like all the other clubs pop off at 9 and go late.
Yeah. But
this place shut at 12. But for the 2 hours we were there, we drank a lot and got fucked. And it was actually one of the most sick places. I'm kind of sad we didn't get it earlier.
It's like a bit of a dungeon.
Yeah, it had like a rave vibe. It was dripping in sweat. Jamo's missus and her friends and stuff had rolled up the day before. So that was our first night where we kind of like interacted with them.
Yeah.
Which made it like a different energy. Because women bring a different energy, you know, like just. Also,
there was less of us.
Yeah, there was less of us.
So like that, and two lads left early that night, so it did help.
But then we ended up getting fucked up at Luigi's, and then we hopped on the back of moped, buck off down the road, down to fucking
Mexicola
again, and that was vibing. But then that shut at 1, and at that point it was like, let's just go home. We've got to fly out and in. We had to wake up in like 6 hours.
Yeah.
We went and got pizza, and we didn't go home we didn't go to sleep till like 3 a.m.
I chipped Jared's tooth trying to give him a drink.
Yeah.
Was only a small chip, thankfully.
Woke up at 7:30. I was feeling a little dog shit because I didn't do a lot of prep. Didn't have a lot of time to do prep. Felt a little bit dog shit, but, you know, it was going home time, so it is what it is. Cab. And the travel home day was very smooth, so...
It was.
That was pretty much the end of the trip.
Yeah, we got home. Can't bring water on flights. That's shit.
You know, it's only a Jetstar thing. I asked my dad, I said, why the fuck can't you take water on flights? And he said, I've flown with about every airline that flies from Bali to Perth, and Jetstar's the only one, and Qantas, that doesn't let you.
That's one thing we'll change next time if we go to Bali. Won't be going.
We didn't want to go with Jetstar anyway, but it's just hard. They're like the only airline that has several flights. Yeah. But yeah, we get back, and I'd planned my KFC feed from the moment that like I woke up. I was like, I can't wait to have some Australian fast food. That's one. I feel like the food in Bali was a bit shit compared to like last time I remember being there. Like Burger King was god awful.
Yeah.
We couldn't go Jack. Johnny Rockets. A lot of the other places were just shit that I ordered. We had found one good pizza spot, but yeah, the food to me was very, very average there. And that's one thing I was really looking forward to getting home to, just being able to have like some Perth milk, some Perth bread, fucking Perth eggs even, Perth bacon in particular. Like I was very excited. And yeah, when I got back here, I had no voice. I was on 3 hours of sleep, 4 hours of sleep. I couldn't sleep on the plane. You even saw me something like my fucking body was twitching.
You fucking elbowed me, kicked me twice. I was like, this guy's this guy's like falling asleep.
Dude, I'm trying to watch my fucking Netflix doc on my phone, and I'm just like falling asleep. Like my head's falling on you, like my legs twitching and shit. It was a fucking awful flight for that sense because I like was really tired, and if I had the window seat, I would have 100% fallen asleep. But yeah, we get back. My dad's trying to talk to me. I'm just like, I'm not really. I'm so tired. I got back, went and got KFC, showered, washed my clothes and shit, and then I passed out at 7 p.m. our time. Woke up at midnight, dripping in sweat.
Yeah.
And then I went back to bed and woke up at 8. So I basically slept for like 12 hours. Much needed.
Yeah. Well, my dad's away for work, so it was just my mum and I. She cooked me a nice home cooked meal. Just chilled for a bit, and I finally got to watch Ratatouille, bro. I tried to watch Ratatouille on the plane twice.
Oh, we didn't even talk about that.
And our Disney Plus, our Netflixes were fucking up. They said that they were downloaded, ready to watch in airplane mode. Didn't work for us.
Do you want to know how you know you're reliant on technology? When you download 2 movies for a flight, nothing else, no contingency plan, and neither worked. But for the first hour and a half, I was staring at the back of a fucking seat going, oh my God. Bear in mind we've been delayed 4 hours, so I'm just like,
get me there.
The fuck?
Yeah, Andrew lent you his Nintendo Switch.
Thank fuck, because that shit was so fun.
I'll be bringing my Game Boy/DS next time,
I think I might buy a Switch.
Yeah.
That's fucking awesome.
They're good. I've got so many of my old Pokemon games that I'd love to play and shit like that, so that'll be fun. But yeah, I got to watch Ratatouille last night, and now I've just had a lot of broken sleep, but I've been sleeping, and my throat is so sore. My throat is so sore, I feel fucked.
Overall rating for the trip?
9.5. Because flight delayed, construction next door, so basically got woken up every morning.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yep.
That's why it loses the 0.5. Apart from that, I am forever grateful for my friends to create that moment with them, but just for all of us that we did that whole trip, because this was our, if you've watched The Hangover, this was our hangover movie in its own way, and there are things in this trip that no one else will know besides myself and 9 other guys, and I literally can't tell anyone else.
Yeah, no one, people have already asked me, tell me some stories. I'm like, nah.
The stories I've told my mum, and the stories I will tell my dad, and so on and so forth. There'll be different versions.
But shit.
But also, that's the beauty of having a trip with friends, is that you get to have those memories just with each other.
Yeah, 100%.
Like we've been back a day, bro, and we're all just messaging. That was so funny, bro. Oh my god, bro, having such a good time. Do you remember this? I missed that. Fan-fucking-tastic.
Yeah.
Trust me, we are so lucky to have such an amazing group of friends and to be able to do that and to be able to be in that situation. If you guys are in a situation like us with a great group of friends,
do the trip that's been talked about.
Get that trip out of the group chat. And if you don't, go fucking meet some people out there.
Yeah.
This trip will eventually happen for you.
I give it a 9.5 too. I think there's nothing really besides what you said, the flight and the construction.
Apart from that, fucking till next year, bro.
Yeah. I don't know how we're going to one up it, but maybe Thailand.
Till 2025, bro.
Phuket.
Europe. It's gonna be bonkers, bro. But should we do the Spotify playlist?
Yeah,
We'll just finish with the Spotify playlist.
I've downloaded some sad country songs this morning, so
yeah.
It's nice to reflect too, like journaling it. Like this was very therapeutic to talk about it, but then also
it's gonna help me.
The journalism stuff is where I can write like stupid shit.
It's gonna help me. What's it called? Write later today. But I'm gonna chuck in Next Thing You Know by Jordan Davis. Great song.
Yeesh.
And then I will chuck in Cruel Summer by T Swizzle. That was a tune that was getting played quite a bit on the trip.
It's a vibe.
Right, and for you?
I'll go with... I'm going to go Straight Murder with Giggs and Dave.
Yeah, we got you onto it. What a fucking song, eh?
And then I'm going to do Scared to Start.
I don't know if I actually put that one in there. Let me have a look.
Why would it be in there?
If I've chucked it in.
Oh, do you know it?
No, Straight Murder.
Oh.
What was your other one?
Scared to Start by Michael McCargy.
All right. That's in there. Apart from that, thank you all for listening. Sorry this episode was delayed, but we didn't get home till yesterday. So it has to wait. Evan's going to be a madman. Get this one out for you tomorrow. The next day. So stay tuned.
What a time to be alive.
What a time to be alive.
Best trip of my life, baby.
Time to make shit happen now, eh?
Yeah, now it's time to grind. This is the new year now.
This is the new year. All right, let's stop the rambling because my throat's sore. Adios.